Good afternoon, Craig. This is the Breville dual boiler, the BES900. I'm just gonna show you around really quickly. So it's turned on now and it's warmed up. It usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes to reach temperature. So it's got some water at the moment and it's warmed up. It's at 93, which is a default temperature. I've given it the reset so everything's back to factory defaults. Just going to confirm that everything works. It's a dual boiler, so you can brew coffee. So this is at pre-infusion at the moment. And then it goes full pressure. I like to run a blank shot before the coffee session. So just to warm up the handle, to warm up the machine, and warm up the cup. I like to press the 2-cup button. So let me just grab my cup. There we go. I'm sure you've seen the photos. Machine is in pretty good condition on the outside. It's a used machine, so you will have some wear and tear. So there's no coffee in the handle now. You can see with the pressurized basket it reaches pressure. So yeah, wear and tear. So it's got some dents here, some spotting on the left and right, but nothing too bad, honestly. You can probably give it a clean and a polish. It will be much better. Hot water spout works fine. Dump this water. It would be very helpful to have a scale to measure the grind amount and the brew amount if you have a grinder at home. So I've included with this machine. Unfortunately, I don't have the cleaning tools, but what I'm including, obviously the handle with the tamper, and the single cup and the double cup baskets. So 1 shot, 2 shot. These are the pressurized baskets, so they'll be easier to use. They have 2 walls, as it says dual wall, so it'll be pressurized. It will create pressure for you. So this will allow you to use pre-ground coffee, such as this one, pre-ground from the shop, which by the way I'm including for free. Pre-ground coffee, or even if you have a grinder, it will still work. So if you grind your own coffee, it will work as well. It's just a bit easier to use compared to the single wall baskets. You can get those later, but they will be more difficult to use. You have to grind fine enough, you have to press hard enough, and you have to have a scale to dose and to measure the dose. So I have a scale here just to show you. I've calibrated the machine to about 40 grams on the double cup press. You can do that in the settings. So you go menu, 2 cup, then press it again. It will do it volumetrically. You can also do it by time, I believe, if you go deep into the settings, but it's by volume at the moment. I'll just put this back here. I'll put this on the scale and measure exactly 18 grams. This is a double cup here, which is 18 grams of ground coffee. Make sure it's fully dry before you put in any ground coffee into it. So press it down halfway and keep adding your coffee. Cool, that's about 17 grams. 18 grams. There we go. Cool, and when you tamp it down, obviously make sure that it's an even surface, so maybe flatten it with your fingers or your palm. Grab the tamper and press firmly and tightly. You can put it on the bench and press if you'd like to do that. Here it is. This pre-ground coffee is pretty coarse, so it's very big and, you know, big particles, but it will still work because we're using the pressurized baskets, which are very versatile, I guess. If I were to use the single wall baskets, this wouldn't work because this is from the store and actually ground at home. Yeah, so this is what it should look like. To know if you have roughly 18 grams, when you press it down, it should go as deep as the silver part on the temper right here. So it's a bit over because this is coarse, it's not very fine coffee, but yeah, usually it's just like that. If you can see, it's about half a centimeter, maybe a centimeter from the edge. Yeah, make sure it's flat, clean, polished. Clean the edges like that, and just screw it in. Don't put it in too tight, otherwise you will damage the machine. So just maybe with like one hand, give it a nudge. It should be at about 6 o'clock. Sometimes maybe a bit more, but yeah, don't force it with 2 hands. Just like that. Right, I'm gonna grab my cup here. I'm also gonna use the scale to confirm that I've got the correct amount of coffee output. So I'm aiming for, because I've put in about 18 grams into the handle, I should get about double that, which is 36, maybe 40. So I've calibrated that. Press. It'll do pre-infusion first, which is low pressure water injection, and then you'll go full pressure. You'll see the pressure gauge moving. There we go. Nice and slow. Let's see. I think that's a bit less than 40. Yeah, that's about 30. So you can reprogram it again. And when you when you program it, make sure you have actual coffee in the handle and not just empty. I think when I did it, it was empty, so that must have messed with my calibration. Yeah, so have freshly ground, finely ground coffee when you do the calibration. I'll do that again, just to confirm. And yeah, because it's dual boiler, obviously, I could be doing the milk now. I won't be steaming any milk because I'm not making a latte. Yeah. Sweet. So yeah, do mess with the settings, try different beans, try different amounts. But yeah, this is what came out. There's a bit of crema and a bit of body. What else? I think that's everything. I will say a few things. Using freshly ground coffee, using freshly roasted coffee is much better than store-bought coffee. And try to get whole beans and try to get a separate grinder if you can, because that will make the taste a bit better and the freshness. Because when you buy it pre-ground, it's a few months old already, and when you grind it, it loses its taste. But it will still taste okay. You can compare it with full whole beans. So yeah, if you get a separate grinder and grind just before making the coffee, you will notice a little bit of a taste difference. Make sure you clean the machine when it says clean me. And yeah, don't forget to give it the correct amount of water. If it goes dry, it will get upset with you. Yeah, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.